Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Another Tech Preacher podcast, y'all. You know what? This is still the month of May, and I'm still celebrating my birthday month, right? The whole month of May, I celebrate my birthday month, man. I'm going to tell you why, because it's fun. It's fun times. It's you got to enjoy life. If you don't enjoy life, what you living for, baby? That's what I'm talking about. So welcome to another episode of the Tech Preacher podcast. Look, we're going to talk about some things here, because it always hit me and I see a lot of things that goes on in the airwaves, right? And we're going to talk about it here on this podcast. I'm going to be straight up with you guys. Never let nobody influence you to buy the latest and greatest product. Never let nobody tell you that the product that you got in your hand, whether or not smartphones, tablets, and computers, is old. You need to buy it, right? You need to buy the new latest and greatest. I've been seeing on the internet and the way, in comments, even in my comments, and other people's comments in Twitter or some social media, is that, people tell people that, oh my God, I can't believe you got that 2-year-old phone. What's wrong with you? You got to get the latest and greatest. The 8 Gen 2 with 1,000 gigs of RAM is going to be phenomenal. It's going to give you the best of the best. It's going to change your world. The 8 Gen 2 with 1,000 gigs of RAM going to bring you to the mountaintop. And you think to yourself, I got a phone that's paid off. I got a device that works great for me. Man, I trade in or sign a 5-year contract with AT&T or T-Mobile or Verizon. Now I'm locked in, right? Or I spend the house money and go buy this $1,400 phone because everybody said you could take great moon shots. You could got these awesome cameras. You got 200 megapixels. You got this, you got that, you got this, you got that. And you buy that phone and all of a sudden you say to yourself, oh man, it's okay. It ain't no better than a 2-year-old phone that I got in my arsenal. And this is what happens in the tech space, right? You have a fundamental difference between tech enthusiasts and tech influencers. Tech enthusiasts is always going to get the latest and greatest. That's what they do. Tech enthusiasts, they go buy the latest and greatest. That's what they do. But the normal folk always contemplate on whether or not they should upgrade or buy into the narrative or you need to buy this and you need to buy that. That's the influencers telling you that, right? Listen, when the companies drop new phones, when companies drop new product, the main purpose of these companies is for you to buy it. Don't you know that? Their main purpose when they release new product is they want you, the consumer, to buy it. So they will give you a narrative that is a huge upgrade. They will give you a narrative that you're going to get 1,000 hours of battery life. They're going to give you a narrative that you're going to get 1,000 megapixel camera that's going to be 1,000 times better than what you currently have. You're going to hear this narrative that if you trade in and you give us $600-$700, you could get the latest and greatest device. You're going to be out of one phone, but you're going to be in one phone. You're going to be $600 lighter in your bank account just to get the latest and greatest. Or you could go to AT&T, Verizon Wireless, or T-Mobile and buy that new phone. Get it on contract for 1,000 years. Right? Pay on it. Pay $40, $50, $60 a month, add a line and all that stuff like that, and pay for a phone over time because you want the latest and greatest. That's what they tell you. This is what the narrative that these companies tell you, right? This is the narrative. This is what happens in the comments, right? They tell you, oh my God, I can't believe you rocking the Galaxy Note 20. Oh, you broke? You ain't got no money? The S23 is way better than the Note 20 Ultra. Oh my God, I can't believe you holding on to that buy. That phone was trash and all this. And I'm saying to myself, when that phone first came out, it was phone of the year. How could the phone be phone of the year and all of a sudden it's trash? Oh, because it's old. Man, it's old. Listen, man, let's talk about it, man, because this is the narrative that happens out there, right? I'm going to tell y'all guys, listen, for me, I never tell people to buy a device. Our jobs as content creators is to give you information. Our reviews is supposed to be informal. We're supposed to give you information about the products and services that we're reviewing. It ain't up to me to tell you to buy a product. It ain't up to me to tell you to upgrade. When people hit me in the comments and say, should you upgrade? And my answer to that question is if you a tech enthusiast, you got the money, if you want to do it, it don't take me to tell you to upgrade. You already got it in your mind to upgrade. You don't need me to tell you to upgrade, because see me, I'm gonna tell you, hold on to your old phone till the rocket till the wheels fall off. Right? If you want to upgrade it, it don't take no content creator on YouTube to tell you to upgrade. If you want to upgrade, upgrade. But we are here to give you information. That's it. The pros, the cons. That's it. That's all we here for. We're not supposed to tell you to upgrade. We're not supposed to tell you to, we don't tell you to buy phones. Listen, you hear it all the time. You hear it all the time. You need to buy this. Oh my God, it's the best thing since sliced bread. I promise you, it's going to be the best that you ever had. It's going to bring you to the mountaintop. This 2,000 megapixel camera is going to give you the best shots, period. This is what you see, right? This is what you hear. But when you come to the Tech Preacher channel, you're like, but damn, preacher, tech, easy? You telling me to rock my phones till the wheels fall off? Man, you're different from everybody else that's telling you to buy the latest and greatest and stuff like that. But easy, ain't you a Samsung Knight? Don't you got all these Galaxy phones, right? Don't you? I mean, you talk all that, but you still rocking all the latest Galaxy phones, right? I mean, that's what you have, easy. Let me tell you something. I have 3 daily drivers. None of my daily drivers are Galaxy phones. I have a Dex station because I'm deep into the Samsung Dex ecosystem. I do not carry Samsung phones as a daily driver. And a lot of people are like, wait, hold up. You don't carry Samsung phones, but you're the Samsung Knight. Why? What the problem is? My Galaxy Z Fold 4, my Galaxy Tab S8 Plus, I use it for Dex in my studio. I don't use my Galaxy Z Fold 4 anymore. My Galaxy Z Fold 3 is at my business for Samsung Dex, connected to multiple monitors. It's not even here. It's always connected at my business. I don't even use it. My Galaxy Z Fold 1, 2 is sitting in a box, sitting on the shelf up here, which I don't use. My Galaxy S23 Ultra is sitting right there. I got the customized skin on it, so I don't use it anymore because I like to preserve that skin on it. I don't want to use it, so I don't use the Galaxy S23 Ultra as a daily driver. So I don't use no Samsung phones as of right now as a daily driver. And a lot of people, oh my God, I can't believe you saying that. So what are your daily drivers, easy? And this is one of the things that I want to stress to you guys. Your daily driver is the flagship that works for you. It don't have anything to do with name, brand, and specs because it has 8 Gen 2s and 20,000 gigs of RAM and it costs $1,500 and all that. Man, listen, man, that ain't nothing but show. That's it, man. The things that work for you is your flagship. It don't have nothing to do with name brands. Flagship could be anything. If a device that you carry in your pocket is your flagship, it's a device that works for you. Don't let nobody on the internet or YouTube or anything influence you otherwise. A flagship is a device that works for you. It don't have nothing to do with nothing what I say. Don't have nothing to do with nobody says, right? One, I have 3 flagships that I carry with me at all time. One of my flagships that has my main phone number in. If it has my main phone number in, that means I have to carry it every day, all day. It's a Unihertz tank. Unihertz tank is my main device as of me recording this podcast in May. It's not the fastest. It's not the prettiest. It's ugly. It's bulky. It's heavy. It don't have an 8 Gen 2 processor. It don't have 1,000 gigs of RAM. It don't have none of that. But this device works for me. It's fast enough for me. It works great for me. And I have my main phone number in it. And I have my reasons why. But that's one of my daily drivers. Oh my God. You using it every day. A lot of people think that YouTubers have to always carry the latest device. People believe that YouTubers got to always have the latest product as their daily drivers. That's not the case. YouTubers rock what they want to rock. Whatever device that works for them, that's what they're going to rock. The Unihertz tank is the device that works for me. So, hey, listen, when I tell you I have Samsung devices, I got 220 some on phones, just to put it like that. And a lot of them is so-called flagships. But I carry Unihertz tank as my daily driver. Second daily driver that I carry is the LG V60. As y'all guys know, the LG V60 has been a true tested device for me. And listen, it's a 3-year-old phone, and it's my daily driver. And I got current devices, and I don't use them as daily drivers. Why do I use the LG V60 as my daily driver? It has pen support, dual display, headphone jack, a awesome battery life, beautiful display. It has desktop mode, so if I need to plug up a quick monitor to it, I got desktop mode. I got everything that I need on the LG V60. That is my second daily driver. That's right, a 3-year-old phone, absolutely. And you know what's so funny? Unihertz tank running Android 12. I mean, it is what it is. It's crazy how a lot of people say, oh my God, they don't even have the Android 13. It's not even going to get Android 14. Guess what? At the end of the day, I still use it as a daily driver. Don't matter to me, baby. It works for me. My third daily driver, I always fluctuate between reviewing smartphones in and out as my third daily driver. So if I'm reviewing a phone, it's going to be my third daily driver. I'll be in and out with my SIM card in, taking pictures and doing reviews and stuff like that for it. But right now, currently, the only phones I'm reviewing right now is my oldie but goodies. And I just finished an oldie but goodie video, but right now I don't have any newer devices that I'm reviewing. Not yet. I do have devices coming in, but as of me record this podcast, I don't have no review devices that are reviewing as far as smartphones. I got other tech items like monitors, stuff like that, but I'm not using, smartphones. So my third daily driver is the Unihertz Luna. Now, wait a minute. Hold on. Wait, time out. Wait. Whoa, hold up. Y'all guys, let's say, wait a minute. This guy that has thousands of dollars worth of phones and Galaxies and OnePluses and all these phones that's way better than these phones he calling out, and he's using Unihertz devices as his daily driver. I can't believe, what is he, drugs or something? He tripping? Listen, man, I say this, and I'm gonna continue to say this. Your daily driver is a device that works for you. Your daily driver is the flagship in your opinion. It ain't got nothing to do with name brand. It ain't got nothing to do with specs. It ain't got nothing to do with nothing. You can roll with a device that works for you, that does everything that you want it to do. That is your daily driver. That is your flagship. Listen, the word flagship getting misinterpreted out there, right? The word flagship is the company's best offering. It don't matter if it don't have the 8 Gen 1. It don't matter if it got the 1,000 megapixel camera. It doesn't matter. Your daily, a flagship is the company's best offering, right? So when we get those words read, a lot of people believe flagships is based off of cost. The highest cost device is the flagship. Sometimes may not be true, but I'm here to tell you that sometimes don't get doofed or influenced saying that if you got a 1-year-old, 2-year-old device that's working for you, that's working great for you, don't get influenced to always pack it in and go buy the latest and greatest. You have some tech enthusiasts that will always buy the latest and greatest. There's nothing wrong with that. But you have people that's on the fence. They're looking at a device that costs $1,500 and $1,600, man. They need to make a choice. Should I give up the house money and go buy this phone? Or should I go get a loan from the bank to get this phone? Or should I work double hours to make enough money to buy this phone? Or should I put it on my carrier contract for 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, right? And be paying for this phone for years and years and years, right? That's a decision that you a lot of people have to make. And the thing about it is, a lot of people, I get emails and DMs from people, that's over the years, they have always tried to get the latest and greatest product, right? They add lines on their carriers. They stuck in the $1,400 payment plans and all that stuff like that for 3 years, 3.5 years, right? They got people that, that keep on adding lines and getting foes and S22s, S21s, S23s on contract. And what happens? Their phone bills be $400 and $500 and $600, and they be wondering why they got all these phones sitting on contract and they don't understand why. Let me tell you why. It's because you get influenced to keep adding lines and upgrades because you get this narrative that your current device is no good. Listen, every year we do phone of the year, right? We pick the best phones of that current year and we give you the information on why that phone is the phone of the year. How come the phone of the year of the previous year or the previous 2 years is no good today? See, that's the narrative that a lot of people try to give to you guys, that they want you to think that even if we say a phone of the year, they say 2021 phone of the year is X, Y, and Z, and you went and bought that phone because it was phone of the year and you find that it worked great for you, right? Now all of a sudden that phone of the year that you had 2 years ago is no good today. How could that phone or that product be no good today? And it was phone of the year. People, best phones. Everybody called out there saying that it was the best phone, the best camera, the best battery life, the best build quality, the best screens, the best this and the best that, the best this. And all of a sudden today is trash. I don't understand how treasure go to trash, y'all. It just, to me, I don't understand how something that's treasure goes to trash. It just doesn't work. Now, a lot of people say, well, you got to always get the latest and greatest. That's the narrative that these companies want you to keep thinking. When devices cost over $1,000, so-called flagships, and a lot of people out there go running and spending their hard-earned money on these devices, when they come to find out it ain't no better than their previous device, you say to yourself, man, I mean, it kind of suck. Listen, man, when I talk about my daily drivers, man, listen, another one of my daily drivers is my headphones, right? I got the Think Plus headphones by Lenovo, right? I no longer use the Galaxy Buds anymore. I use the Think Plus. These are the sound quality. Now, listen, it's not those in-ear buds where you just stick in, you just got that little one thing sticking out. You have the whole going over your earlobe, which works for me because sometimes the little ear thing, they pop out, right? So I got the whole ear thing. These things sound incredible. Oh my God, the bass, the mids, the highs, the battery life is incredible. So I like these. And this is one of my daily drivers for wireless audio. Now, here we go again. You're not using Sony for wireless. You're not using Samsung for wireless. Oh my God, how? You're a Samsung Knight. Why you not using everything Galaxy? Why you don't have the Galaxy 4 as a daily driver? Why you don't have the S23 as a daily driver? Listen, I got my S23 sitting over there. I got that new engraved back on it. I'm just using it as a centerpiece. I just use it as a centerpiece. So yes, I have a lot of Galaxy phones. They're not my daily driver though. No Galaxy phone is my daily driver. So how could one be a Samsung Knight and you don't have a daily driver? Oh my God, I can't believe it's because I say this all the time and I will continue to say this. Don't let nobody influence you to carry a device that doesn't work for you. These phones works for me. Listen, to be fair, I have 220 of them I can use, right? I got 220 smartphones that I can use at my disposal. Anytime I want to take my SIM card out, put it in the phone, bam, 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 I can rock with it, right? Because I know how to utilize the device that works for me. I know how to utilize the device that works for me. Now, a lot of y'all might say, well, easy. What about cameras? Well, that's what I got the V60 for. Cameras. Oh my God, it ain't got 120 hertz display. It don't have the 200 megapixel camera with 1,000 gigs of RAM. How could it be a daily driver when it comes down to photography? Listen, man, if I want to shoot a video or if I want to shoot photography, right? I got 5 professional cameras that I have. 5 professional cameras. I'm okay. I'm good. If I know I'm gonna shoot photos or something, I got my V60, I could get a good shot, a good video at that time. I'm good. If I know I'm going to shoot video or shoot stills, I could bring my M50, baby. I could bring my M50 with a 20 mil lens on. I'm 18. I don't know what I got on the 18 to 35 mil lens on it. I'm good. So man, I don't make no excuses on if I need to do photography or video. Listen, man, I'm not all on that, right? If I need to take a shot, if I need to take some professional photos or professional video, I'm gonna bring my professional camera. Now, don't get me wrong, my LG V60 will knock it out the park when it comes down to video and photos, right? Yes, if I'm out of town or if I'm in a scenario where I need to take a video or a photo, I can use my LG V60 and it comes out perfect. It comes out great. The bokeh is good. The video is good. I can shoot in 8K. I got manual mode. I can adjust my shutter speed. I can adjust all my settings in manual mode. And listen, it works for me. Listen, man, I think the narrative is always be about cameras, right? When these new devices come out, a lot of people say, oh my God, the cameras, right? And it is, I don't know. Listen, I think for me, as a tech enthusiast, the phone that I'm pretty much excited for, I got two phones that I'm excited for in 2023. It's a Sony One Mark V and the Galaxy Z Flip 5. That's my two exciting phones. Nothing else out there excites me right now. Nothing out there right now is exciting me right now in the smartphone arena. The Sony One Mark V is a device that I can use to film if I don't want to carry a professional camera. That is a professional camera first and a smartphone second. Just like when I use my other Sony phone, I use that as a professional camera first and a smartphone later. That's something that wow, that's crazy. And the Z Flip 5 is probably going to replace my Z Fold 4, or, listen, it all depends on the Z Fold 5. Listen, I'm on the fence here between the Z Fold 5 and the Z Flip 5. I'm more loving the Z Flip 5 at this point compared to the Z Fold 5. I don't know. Listen, it's always it's up for debate on that one. This podcast is informational for you guys. I am a tech enthusiast. I'm a tech YouTuber, right? I do not carry the latest and greatest product. And I talk about this, and I want y'all guys to, I'm gonna give you this story because I'm almost at my time. Think about this, right? When you got the Galaxy S21 Ultra, you traded in maybe Galaxy Note 20 Ultra, you got maybe $700 off, and you had to pay maybe about $500 or $600 to get the Galaxy S21 Ultra, right? Because that device was, $1,500 after tax. I always talk about after tax, $1,400 after tax, or a little butt over $1,400, right? But if you would have waited 6 months or even a year later, you could have got that phone for $1 over $500. And you could have kept your trade in. I always say the prices of Android phones drop drastically. So if you could wait a month, if you could wait 2 months or 3 months or even 6 months, the price of that device will drop by 30, 40, or even 50% in some cases, right? Sometimes tech enthusiasts always rush to get the latest and greatest and wind up overspending. And if you lay up there and you wait this a month to listen, I got it's so funny. The 7A is out, right? The Pixel 7A. I have no reason to get it right now. I'm not paying $500 right now for it, right? So I look at that device as, okay, if the Pixel 6A that came out at almost $449, right? Came out at $449. It's all the way down to $299, right? If I wait 2 months, baby, I could get a Pixel 7a for 300 or under $300 in about 2 months, baby. It's all good. But easy. You spend $1,000 on microphones, $1,000 on that. Listen, I spend money on a lot of things because I feel some things give me return on my investment. Sennheiser mic that I spent $1,100 for ain't never went down in value. Ain't never went down in value. That microphone been out for 10 years and it's more than 10 years and it still maintained that price. Android smartphones drop 30, 40% in months, not years, months. So I say that to say that you could get a return I get a return on my investment on certain things. Smartphones, you don't get return on your investment unless you hold off and wait until the price drop. So that's my thoughts about that. I would always encourage people to watch YouTube content creators for information. If you want to try out the new latest and greatest, and if it works for you, then you make that decision. Don't let nobody influence you to buy anything. If people influence you to buy something, you rocking with the wrong people. If you let people tell you what to buy, if you let people tell you that the product that you got in your hand is old, if people tell you that I can't believe what you broke and all this, if people telling you all of that, then you need not to be around those people. Those people are the one that's not your friends. They're not, listen, if the people tweeting you and they're telling you broke and I can't believe you holding on, then you need to block and mute them. Those are not the people that's on your side. Right? It's because they have opportunities to buy all the latest and greatest product and buy this and buy that. They can't tell you what to buy. Don't let nobody tell you what to buy. I mean, you talk about the Pixel 4, right? Pixel 4, $1,900, man. A lot of people looking at that like, man, listen, man, I'm not paying $1,900 for that. And listen, it's all good. And that is a fair statement. That is a fair statement. Don't let nobody tell you to buy it or don't buy it, right? If, they say, well, it's the same price as the Z Fold, but everybody buy the Z Fold, but they're not going to get the Pixel 4 opportunity or chance. Everybody have different narratives on why they buy what they buy. It doesn't matter if somebody if they bought into the Galaxy 4, or maybe the overseas phones, the Vivos or the Xiaomis or the Oppos or whatever. That's what they buy. It's all good. I don't think nobody could shoot a narrative that's saying that you need to buy this and you need to buy that. Listen, next time somebody tell you to buy something, you tell them to buy it for you. If somebody tell you got a phone that's old, you tell them, okay, my phone is old. Why don't you buy me the new phone? Then see the tone change after you flip the script and say, hey, if you want me with that phone, why don't you buy it for me? And they're like, you broke, you ain't got no. You're saying you want somebody. I don't know you, but you telling me in the comments or you telling me on Twitter or something that you want me to have that phone. If you want me with that phone that bad, then why don't you buy it for me? The narrative change, right? Listen, I always tell people to flip the script on them. I've been in business for a long time, man. I deal with vendors. I deal with staff. I deal with a lot of different entities in business, right? And sometimes in business, you have to do things differently, man. In business, you got to do things totally different. But you have to understand whatever works for you, that is something that nobody can take away from you. And that's what I want to talk about in this podcast, is that don't let nobody influence you to upgrade or upsell you into something that you have in your hand currently is working great for you. If the current device in your hand is the best of the best, then don't let nobody tell you anything otherwise. And that's it. That's the podcast, baby. Oh, yeah. Another episode of the Tech Preacher Podcast, baby. Oh, listen, I want to give a huge thanks to everybody that listened to this podcast, everybody that followed me, everybody that listen. I am not the average person, man. I look at things totally different. I spend tons of money on a lot of stuff, but I don't spend money on things that people want me to spend money on. And I love that. I love that narrative. I don't use daily drivers that people want you to use daily drivers. I use daily drivers that work for me. And that's what you need to do. You need to have daily drivers and stuff and products and services that work for you. That's it. All right, I'm out. Thank y'all guys very much. The Tech Preacher's gone, baby. Oh, yes. See y'all next week, same bat place, same bat time, baby.